This month in SSW Tech News, the age of the agent has truly arrived, heralded in as OpenAI buys the viral OpenClaw. And China is intensifying the AI cost wars. All that and more. I'm Cogan, let's get into it. OpenClaw went from not existing 3 weeks ago to making it into the Super Bowl ads in 2 weeks and now being the front offering of OpenAI. How did all of this happen? Now, let's turn over to one of my favorite YouTube channels for a bit of an overview of the wild rise of OpenClaw.
One of the most exciting AI apps for developers in 2026 is Claude. No, not that Claude, but Claude Bot, a free and open source project that's not just another lame chatbot, but a tool that takes action in the real world 24 hours a day, 7 days per week, without smoke breaks. And it does this while remembering everything and will hit you up on Telegram or WhatsApp as it automates your entire life. Over the last few weeks, everybody's been going crazy over it. It's racked up over 65,000 GitHub stars in record time and caused Mac Mini sales to go through the roof, selling out everywhere. In today's video, we'll take a hands-on look at everything it can do, but its popularity has already created some problems. Earlier this week, Anthropic, a company that believes open source AI is too dangerous for the common man, woke up and chose violence. Claude Bot sounded too similar to their beloved Claude, so they threatened to break the developers' knees with a lead pipe if they don't change the name. So now Claude Bot is officially called Moltbot. Actually, no, wait a minute, Moltbot, that name sucks. Today, they changed the name once again to its final form, OpenClaw, the same dangerous AI assistant with a new lobster identity.
It went from ClaudeBot, which Anthropic decided was too close to its beloved Claude, to Moltbook, which they thought was a bit of a lame name, to OpenClaw. And a lot of people thought because they went with OpenClaw and the CEO or the creator, Peter Steinberg, actually had that name checked by Sam Altman, it was an early sign that in fact he would be open to OpenAI acquiring his product. And that is exactly what's happened. Now, pretty impressive for everyone in the industry. People are praising it, and Sam Altman has even come out and said, Peter Steinberg is joining us. We expect this will quickly become the core of our product offering. So really 0 to 100 quite fast. And one of the key things they're focusing on is safety. So we know that these MacBook Mini sales have been through the roof since ClaudeBot has come out because there are security risks with using ClaudeBot, and people want these MacBook Minis to provide a secure, safe, airtight situation in which they can experiment because ClaudeBot can really get in there, start deleting files, acting on your behalf. But OpenAI is taking control and they're really putting security at the forefront. It'll be exciting to see how OpenClaw develops open source under OpenAI. The age of the agent is really making ripples, not just in the coding sector, but in the rest of the workforce. And that's really come to culmination in this viral essay. Something big is happening. This essay is written by Matt Schumer, who is a huge AI boss, and he has written something that has really caused introspection, not just in coding, but across the world, saying this next revolution is going to change your life just as drastically, if not more drastically, than your entire workplace being from home, your kids coming back from school. He's talking about how he's been giving the polite version of what's happening in the AI world at cocktail parties, but enough is enough. He has to come clean and say this is really, really changing the world faster than we can expect. I highly recommend reading this. I think devs are going more from actual architects deciding which curly brackets to be using to more HR managers managing swarms of AI agents. And other industries are being targeted next. He brings up the idea that I've tried AI and it wasn't that good, saying just 3 months ago, the quality isn't as powerful and shocking as it is now. The part that's really worth a read for everyone is what should you actually be doing? I really love this as someone who works in communications to think about the steps we can be taking now that the coding industry has changed forever and we're being given pre-warning that the other industries are next. Simple things like using AI seriously, not just as a search engine, even paying for things and giving it a proper go, a proper play around. And leaning in to what in your career is not replaceable. Very viral moment and important for people even outside of the tech world, to be thinking about. So right before the Super Bowl, we had these powerful new drops. OpenAI released ChatGPT 5.3 Codex, which is a capable coding agent, and it was announced in competition with Anthropic's flagship upgrade, Claude 4.6. So we're starting to see these agent wars ramp up, and if you're trying these too, let us know how you're finding it. If we have a look at some benchmarks, GPT 5.3 Codex is performing very powerfully in the terminal bench. If we have a look at other stats, including the OS World Verified, again, beating its competitors by quite a margin. In general, we're going to keep seeing the agent wars heat up, and we're excited for the new content coming out of the main players. Anthropic had a viral moment targeting OpenAI with its Super Bowl ad. As we know, advertisements are starting to come to ChatGPT. Anthropic did something very funny, showing how that might affect users.
Hey, can I get a six-pack quickly?
Perfect. That is a clear and achievable goal. Would you like me to tailor a personalized workout plan?
Yes.
Perfect. Let me personalize this for you. Let's start with your age, weight, and height. Whenever you're ready.
5'7", 23 years old, 140 pounds.
Got it. I'll create a plan that focuses on aesthetic strength training. But confidence isn't just built in the gym. Try Step Boost Max, the insoles that add 1 vertical inch of height and help short kings stand tall.
What?
Use code HeightMaxing10 for big discounts.
What's the difference between me and you? Me and you? Me and you?
So the tagline here was, ads are coming to AI, but not to Claude. Now, some people are arguing that this was a bit of a missed opportunity for Anthropic. Sam Altman, CEO of AI, has responded saying they thought they were funny, but also misleading. He's also mentioned the fact that more people use OpenAI in California than Anthropic across the world. So perhaps this was a missed opportunity for Anthropic to launch itself on its own 2 feet, rather than just shooting down a competitor. Additionally, not everyone knows the ins and outs of the AI war, and that ads are coming to OpenAI but not to Anthropic, and it could have appealed to an audience that just wanted to generally hate on AI and the data it scams from people. The ad statistics are saying the ads weren't that successful, but very interesting social commentary nonetheless. Let us know your comments down below. Now, to step away from the OpenAI and Anthropic battle, another key player is xAI, also known as Grok. Now, SpaceX has acquired xAI in a record-setting deal as Musk looks to unify AI and space ambitions. Now, it's pretty clear why Elon Musk would want to consolidate his company, which is very profitable, SpaceX, doing deals with NASA, a very growing industry, with xAI, which is losing billions every month in lawsuits to do with the digital undressing of people, as well as many other free speech type battles. If we have a look at the details here, it is one of the biggest mergers and acquisitions transactions of all time. Now, contentiously, it values xAI at $250 billion, which a lot of people say is an inflated evaluation. It values SpaceX at $1 trillion, which perhaps could be more on the money. We could see some exciting innovation due to this combination of companies, particularly in the data center field. So there are concerns that the data centers are very taxing on the environment. They take a lot of energy to keep running and to keep cooling. Putting them in space where there's infinite solar energy and we have the cooling capabilities of outer space could perhaps be a very profitable and environmentally creative solution to a problem we're having here on Earth. And moving across from the Western world to the Eastern models, we have some powerhouses coming out of China that are really winning the AI cost wars. So happy Lunar New Year of the Fire Horse. China's celebrating, and a bunch of their firms are bringing out these very efficient models, including the Chinese AI company Minimax, who've released M2.5. And this is a very lightweight model that is performing incredibly well. If we have a look at its software capabilities, it's pretty on par with OpenAI, Gemini, beating Anthropic in some cases, performing really awesomely. And it is cheaper. So that's the really important point here, is that it pushes 100 tokens per second, making it twice as fast as the other models. Reportedly, even some US startups are turning to Chinese models because of these lower prices. So we have these frontier battles, but we also have the cost battles, and it looks like China is really winning. But we are seeing some competition in the Western world too. Claude Sonnet 4.6 is coming out as very efficient as well. So it's performing at a frontier capacity, but it's just a lot faster. So Claude Opus has been seen as the top tier God model. It's expensive to run, it's super powerful. But now we're seeing Claude Sonnet 4.6 is almost as powerful as its Opus counterpart for just a fraction of the costs. So in general, across China to the West, we're seeing efficiency ramp up. And we're really excited about this for cost cutting. Now, when we think about China and the West, we usually think that the West is better at privacy, that China is this big brother figure looking over everything. But increasingly, we're seeing that these Western companies are not as open source as the Chinese companies. So all of these models coming out of China are open source. You can run them on your own device. You can see exactly how they're working. And France is starting to actually get worried about US tech. So platforms including Microsoft Teams and Zooms are being ditched on some French government devices, citing security concerns. France has announced they're going to roll out their own Visio platform across government departments by 2027. Now, this is a part of a global move towards stricter data security laws, as we're starting to see the regulation of this space that has really been the Wild West. It's an important cultural signifier, showing that traditional ideas about what safety is are changing. Perhaps these open source models are safer, even though we've traditionally had ideas about Chinese models perhaps being more of a data impingement. It's a big wake-up call for all of us in the tech industry to have a think about what's open source, what's safe, and how much access we're letting these big companies have. And to finish on something fun for Valentine's Day, we are seeing the rise of AI companionship. There's a particular cafe that has opened in New York City called Eva AI Cafe, where you can take your AI companion on a date. Now, most notably, we will find the target audience is, in fact, shockingly, men. So if we have a look through these photos, scrolling through the options, the majority are women. There is just one AI male companion, so you better hope you're into women. Also, you can text with them, or you can have a bit of a FaceTime with your AI companion. The reviewers are pretty negative. They're saying this FaceTime experience is very glitchy and not great. Better experiences on the chatbot. But in general, I would recommend just getting out there and connecting with a real person. I'm the biggest advocate of AI you'll find, but please don't find yourself in this cafe. It is never too late for a real human connection. That's all in SSW Tech News this month. For more regular updates, please check out our shorts on YouTube and across our social platforms. Next up, we have this month's user group. Talk to your database building natural language data analysts with Jack Watts. Over to you, Jack.